Welcome back to Thirukkural a day, Chapter6, Kural 10. Mangalam enba manaimaatchi, matru adan, nankalam, nanmakkat peru. The excellence of a wife is the good of her husband, and good children are the jewels of that goodness. What truly constitutes the ornament of a good household? Is it material possessions, or is it the character and well-being of the children? The loud crash came from inside the house, sent a ripple of concern through the garden party. Vijaya hurried inside, her heart pounding. She found Lata standing amidst a pile of shattered ceramic, a sheepish expression on her face. It was Sahasranamam's favorite vase. "Oh, Amma, I'm so sorry," Lata exclaimed, her voice filled with remorse. "I was just trying to rearrange the flowers." Rajamani rushed in, his face etched with concern. "Are you alright, Lata?" He surveyed the broken vase, then looked at Vijaya, bracing himself for her reaction. Mangalam enba manaimaatchi, matru adan, nankalam, nanmakkat peru. The excellence of a wife is the good of her husband, and good children are the jewels of that goodness. It's all right, Lata. It was an accident. Vijaya sighed softly. She knelt down and began to carefully collect the broken pieces. "You're okay, right? That's all matters." Lata, for the rest of the day, was uncharacteristically well behaved. She offered to help with chores, refrained from watching anime, and even attempting to engage in polite conversations with Mrs. Gupta, who looked thoroughly bewildered by the sudden transformation. She tried to cook breakfast, even though it resulted in a burnt offering, meticulously organized Rajamani's books, even though placing them in completely illogical order, and even offered Captain Caspian a surprisingly insightful commentary on naval strategy, gleaned entirely from Wikipedia and cartoons. The crew, having witnessed the entire chaos of the past few weeks, had their own funny interpretations of what constituted a good ornament. Mali jokingly suggested a well-stocked pantry, while Captain Caspian declared it as a properly functioning submarine. Ben, when pressed, mumbled something about a quiet corner to read in. By the end of the day, Lata's efforts to be the perfect child had exhausted everyone, including herself. She collapsed on the sofa, letting out a dramatic sigh. "Being a good child is hard work," Vijaya smiled, sitting down beside her and putting her arm around her. "Lata, you don't need to try so hard. You're a good child, just the way you are. Sometimes chaotic, but sometimes challenging. You're Lata." Rajamani nodded in agreement, a genuine warmth in his eyes. He looked around at his slightly disheveled living room, at his anime art-obsessed daughter, his exasperated but loving wife, and the unexpectedly endearing submarine crew. Despite the constant chaos and the occasional disaster, he realized that this motley crew, this imperfect but loving household, was indeed a unique and precious kind of ornament. As the days drew to a close and the time for the submarine crew to depart neared, a strange sense of camaraderie had developed between them and the family. Even Captain Caspian, beneath his gruff exterior, seemed to have developed a grudging affection for the chaotic charm of Vijaya's home. One evening, as they were all gathered in the living room, Captain Caspian cleared his throat. "Mrs. Vijaya," he began, "I must admit this sojourn has been eventful." He even managed a small, imperceptible smile. "You've certainly shown resilience. Remarkable." Mali chuckled, his hearty laugh filling the room. "Yeah, Mrs., you handled us like a true captain." Ben even offered a shy, "Thank you for having us." Vijaya looked at them all, a genuine smile gracing her lips. Despite the initial shock and the subsequent chaos, she realized that they had somehow navigated this unexpected storm together. The next morning, as the submarine crew stood on the doorstep ready to leave, Captain Caspian turned to Vijaya. Mrs. Vijaya, it's been memorable. Vijaya shook his hand, noticed something glinting in his palm. It was a small, intricately carved wooden flamingo, a little memento, Captain Caspian explained with a rare hint of awkwardness. Reminded me of, well, you know. Vijaya smiled, a genuine warmth spreading through her. Perhaps amidst all the chaos and misunderstandings, they had all found a unique kind of ornament in the unexpected domestic rituals. As the submarine crew waved goodbye and headed off, Vijaya turned back to her house, a sense of quiet contentment washing over her. The house was still slightly disorganized and there was still a faint turmeric stain on the living room rug, but somehow everything felt right. Just then the lights flickered and went out. Lata groaned, "Oh no, not again."